Let's talk about Castle Siege Mode that is set to be released in Ash of Creation Apocalypse. In this video, we're going to talk about what is Ash of Creation Castle Siege Mode, how this mode will work, and we will explain as well the siege weaponry and also what classes will be available at the launch of this game. Now keep in mind, at the time of recording this video, this mode isn't out yet, but there is Apocalypse Battle Royale, but I already did a video about this mode, so I'm not gonna talk about it in this video. If you want to watch it, there is gonna be a link down in the description below. In the stream of January 11, 2019, the team showed us a trailer of the Castle Siege Mode, which is playing right now on the background of this video. Steven teased us 2 castles that will be live when the game is out. However, we might end up seeing 5 of those castles since they will be used in the MMORPG, which we will have a total of 5 castles. The core objective of this Castle Siege Mode will also be the same in the MMORPG. So for those who fear that Ash of Creation canceled the MMORPG, well, rest assured, it is not the case. When they will start the Castle Siege Mode, it will start 100 versus 100 player and slowly increase the scale to 200 versus 200. Now let's talk about the gameplay, because I'm pretty sure you are here to know exactly how the Castle Siege Mode will be playing in Ash of Creation. So let's talk about the overview. Each Castle Siege will take place on a map that is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer in size. This mode will have a set match duration that can be modified by control points captured during the match. The aim here is for a match to take anywhere from 30 minutes to 35 minutes, so it's a fairly long match. After selecting the Castle Siege Mode from the lobby, you'll be able to select your preferred role of an attacker or a defender. The matchmaker will try to place you in your selected role, but to ensure the queue is not long, you might be placed into a role that you haven't chosen. So if you decided to go with the attacking team, your objective mainly is to go in the middle of the castle and capture the team relic. There is also several control points located in the defender camp, and that's gonna encourage the defender to skirmish outside the castle wall because you don't want all of them staying behind the wall. And the objective of an attacker is to capture them to get their spawn location closer to the objective. So in terms of weapon siege, there will be multiple options for the attacking side, which include the trebuchet and the battering rams. So one thing to keep in mind, the trebuchet range will be long enough to reach enemy ballistas from the initial placement points, and those siege weaponry will be scattered around the battlefield. Now, if a defender captures an attacker control points, the total match time decrease. The attacker team respawn time increase, and it also provides a temporary moral buff to the entire defender's side. Defender will also be able to teleport to any control point that have been taken. So as you can tell, having control of the control points is very critical for the game win, because it's gonna give you a lot of advantage getting closer to the targeted objective, giving you buff, increasing their spawn rate. So yeah, it is all benefits by controlling that, and I can see within the game is gonna be very critical for you to capture those before getting to the end game.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die. And these shield boys.
Now, if you are in the defending team, your goal is to run out the clock while preventing the attacking team from capturing your relic. you will spawn in and around the relic room. This will be the control point that are owned by you and your team at the start of the match. For the defending team, there's gonna be a variety as well of siege weapon available. That will be including the ballistas and the trap. Ballista will have a fixed point on the castle tower. Trap will be placeable item that you will be able to put it anywhere, and that can be used to damage and crowd control the enemy. Note that these items are destructible by the attacking team as well. And please take note, if an attacker captures your defensive control point, it will increase the total match time, increase the defending team spawn timer, and as well provide a moral buff to the entire attacking team upon capturing the control points. Like before, you see how it can play in benefits by owning those control points. Yeah, so since I've been talking a lot about controlling the points, I decided to do a segment about it. So in order to control a point, player will interact with the control point to channel the capture. Only one player needs to do this, and the amount of channel time required to capture will increase with the value of the control point. So for example, if the control point is closer to the relic for the attacking team, it will take longer, which makes entirely totally sense.
Persian! Come and get them!
After queuing up for the Castle Siege mode and upon entering the match, you will be brought to a class selection page where you will be able to see how many of those class has been selected on your side, and then you can select whatever class you want. There will be 6 class to choose from, and we will go into more detail right now. So let's start talking about the warrior class, or if you want to call them the melee class. So in the melee class, there's 2 classes that you can choose. One of them is the guardian and one of them is the weapon master. So let's start first with the guardian. It is a tank class with a large pool of health. Its primary job is to clear the path and move people out of the way. This class uses the sword and shield, as well as a great sword. Some of the skill that we know that is confirmed for the guardian is one, you can block, which gonna let you reduce the incoming damage. It has an AoE pool, so multiple spears shoot out in a circle and grab the enemy and pull them closer to you. And the third one is a mobile shield. It deploys a shield that can move around by the characters, absorb damage, and can be triggered to explode. Now let's talk about the weapon master. This is a melee DPS class. Yes, I know, there's a DPS class which are ranger, but yeah, this one is a melee DPS. It's meant to jump in and CC enemies with good damage. This class uses the halberd and as well a two-handed axe. So as well, there is 3 skill that is confirmed. The weapon master can leap. It jump forward a long distance. It can do a ground pound, which is a large AoE damage and CC. It can even do a whirlwind. It spin to win. It's a berserker skills. So yeah, that one is gonna be very insanely damage concentrated. Now let's talk about the DPS class, or maybe what we should call them, the range class. So as well, here there is 2 classes like before. You have the Arc Wizard and as well the Hawkeye. Now let's start with the Arc Wizard. It's a mage class with a focus of AoE damage. They lack focused ability but excel in AoE spells. Magic skills do extra damage to armor. This class use Wand and Grimoire. So this one as well have 3 confirmed skills. One of them is teleport. It's gonna teleport your character backward, leaving a decoy behind. As well, you're gonna have flamethrower that channel a cone of fire for as long as you have mana available. And as well, meteor, which launch a meteor at a location to deal AoE damage. Now the second class is the Hawkeye. This is the range DPS class. Has numerous ability that directly pierce armor and do bonus damage. Primarily focus ability, this class use the short bow and the long bow. This one we only have 2 confirmed skill. One is grappling hook, which is very good. It lets you scale wall and cover large distance, so you can jump like from wall to wall. And there is also the second one is the Seeking Arrow. It launches an arrow that can be guided. Now let's start talking about the support class. Now this one as well have two different class, and they are the two last one that we need to talk about them. So the first one is the High Priest and the second one is the Engineer. Now let's start with the High Priest. As you already know, it is the primary healer. It has an AoE heal, and every time it hit with the Scepter Bolt, it heal you, your allies, and it damage the enemy. And this class use two weapons, the Scepter and the Staff. Now this one has 4 confirmed skills. One is the targeted heals. It lets you heal an ally of your choice. It has the AoE heals. It heals multiple allies. It has an AoE healing pool. Heals all the allies standing within the pool. And it has a Divine Form. Provide damage mitigation and heal allies, damage enemy around them. Now the last class, the Engineer. This one is a hybrid class and it can do melee damage and range damage. It's meant to provide armor recovery and upkeep of siege mode equipment. This class uses crossbow and mace. And the 3 confirmed skills is 1, it allows you to repair siege weapon and repair armors. As well, it has the Earthquake Arrow. It fires an arrow that pounds the ground and knocks people around. And the last skill is the Gizmo of Ingress. It provides an ally with one-time use of catapult boots, so you'll be able to jump very high with that. So that's it for this video. All the sources that I have been searching for and finding those information will be down in the description below. And guys, if you like this type of video, make sure to hit the subscribe button because I will do way more Ash of Creation content and other MMORPG game that is set to be launched very soon. So if you are into those type of game, hit the subscribe button and make sure to like and leave your comments telling me what you think about the Siege mode. Thank you for watching and I will see you on the next one.